right, hello everyone. How is everyone doing today? We are starting off with my Makeup Monday lives, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I already put on my moisturizer. I like to use the Belief True Cream Moisturizer, and then I did use what I got in my BoxyCharm. If you saw that video last Thursday, it's this Symbiosis London tightening and resplendent eye mask. And like I said, I'm using this for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to go ahead and do like a before and after. I do like the way it feels, so I'm really enjoying this product. And we're just going to go on with our primer. I'm going to be using the Professional Primer from Benefit. And yeah, I really like this one. It just makes my skin feel really smooth, just in all the right places. So how is everyone doing today? Where are you guys from? I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you want to talk about anything, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about in this live. I just I need to be more on point. But yeah, so recent things. So yeah, recent things. I don't know. Should we talk about makeup purchases, stuff like that? I just purchased online the whatchamacallit. One thing. I have some spots that I want to conceal before I put on the foundation, and then I'm going to use concealer to highlight. But first, I'm going to conceal some of these little spots that I have right now. So I did buy the Jeffree Star mystery boxes, and I was thinking about buying other stuff, but what if I get in the mystery box? So I was kind of hesitant to buy more than just the mystery box by itself. So we'll see what those are when they come in. And then my other thing, which I'm a little bit sad, I just got the Hocus Pocus collection in the mail. And I'm not happy with it. The main thing I really, really, really wanted was the eyeliners. I'm just spreading this out a little bit just to make it smooth. Yeah, I really wanted the Hocus Pocus eyeliners because I have like a pink, which just makes me look like I cried, in the waterline. And then I have a blue one. Those were from an Allure Beauty Box or a BoxyCharm. I can't remember which. And then I have a white one. Now I'm putting on my foundation. I'm using the Anastasia Luminous Foundation. So I don't have a whole lot of eyeliners. I have like black, white, and blue, and that's about it. So I was excited to get like a metallic red, a metallic purple, and a metallic green. Like the green I really wanted because I have a lot of green clothes, despite the fact that I'm not a huge fan of the color green. Somehow it ends up in my wardrobe. But yeah, so I was like really, really excited for the liners from the Hocus Pocus collection from ColourPop. Unfortunately, those are the only products that were damaged in my thing. They melted because they sat for over 7 days at the post offices within Florida, where it's during like one of the hottest weeks. It's always hot here in Florida. And yeah, it spent 3 days in Orlando, and then it spent 5 days at my local post office because they were waiting until the estimated delivery day. So even though they had it way early, they didn't deliver it until the very last minute they could. And I don't know where stuff is stored, but obviously it wasn't climate controlled or temperature controlled. So yeah, here's a picture when I opened my when I had them twisted when I twisted them up. That's what that's how it came out. So they're they're nasty. And that was the main thing I really wanted from the collection. Everything else was kind of like, oh, I'll review it, you know. But now I'm just kind of, I don't even want the collection. I feel stupid for spending $130 on the collection, and I'm just really, really upset. Because I know it's sold out, so I doubt ColourPop will be able to do anything for me other than, oh, we'll give you back the price of the discounted thing. And it's like, well, my main reason for buying the entire collection was to review the entire collection. And I know I was going to be the most excited about the liners. I'm just getting a little bit more foundation because this area over here was just not getting covered. So, when I first started getting back into makeup, I was pretty silly. I didn't know how a lot of things were used. And I just knew putting on my foundation with my fingers, like literally I just smeared it everywhere when I was younger because that's what you did. That's what my mom showed. She had these other weird sponges. And I'm like, oh, okay. I saw one of these at the Dollar Tree. And so I bought that because I was like, this is what a lot of people use rather than throwing away something every single time. Because it was like those little throwaway sponges. So I don't want to mess up my makeup right now. But the way I was shown was like, you spread it like this. And I'm like, gosh, I have to use so much foundation. And it took ages before the the sponge wouldn't just wipe the makeup off. And that's because I was literally like, I saturated the sponge in it, then I didn't wash it. That's the silly things you do when you don't remember how to do makeup or your tools were completely different when you did makeup before. And it's okay. We're all on a learning curve. We all learn different things, but yeah. Now I learn you pat. You pat it in so it stays in the places that you want it to stay in. am using the Jeffree Star C11 concealer. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from ColourPop on what I'm going to end up doing with that collection. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, if I'm going to try and return everything, or if I'm going to end up selling it to someone local. I'm in the South Florida, Fort Lauderdale and Miami area, so keep a heads out if you are interested, or if you're willing to pay for shipping. It'll be everything except the liners. But like I said, I'm going to wait and see what ColourPop will do. If they end up like replacing it with 3 of their other liners from their thing, I'd probably keep the collection. As long as I get colored liners, like that was my whole point in everything. Alrighty, so next we're going to use the powder. Yes, I have a lot of Jeffree Star products. I do enjoy his products. They do work really well for me. But I'm running out of a lot of stuff. I'm going to be going to Ulta later today because I need more setting powder. I need more setting powder, and I'm trying to think. There's a couple of things that I need. Are there any products that you guys are dying to buy? That you've been seeing and you've wanted to try? I'm always interested in hearing about new products. So yeah, so the 2 main things that I've purchased recently is the Hocus Pocus collection and my Jeffree Star mystery boxes, which I'm excited to get. These will be my first mystery boxes, so it'll be interesting. People are already really upset. There's been like sneak peeks about the premium box, the $60 box, and they're like upset that there's a beanie in it. I got all 3 boxes just because I want to review them, so they'll be on my channel. But also, I just like his products, and I like I said, I like his products. I like the quality of his products. I have quite a bit of his collection, and I will continue buying. I don't go into the whole drama thing. I don't really care. So that's me in a nutshell. I don't know what to talk about with you guys. So we're just going to continue on. I'm going to use my Real Her Ultimate Glow Getter. This is the cheek trio that has the bronzer, highlighter, and blush. I'm just going to use the bronzer and the blush today. And I'm going to use a different highlighter just because I think we need something a little bit more dynamic, because I'm going to be using the Cremated palette for my eyes. Like I said in my video, this goes on pretty strong. but it blends out really nicely too. It's always like, okay. I know, it looks weird. I always look weird. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff it out. I know last week I was talking about the movie theater and stuff, and there being no movies this week. 2 movies came out. Well, actually 3. I think 3. But yeah, one was with Liam Neeson, which is they're always good movies, and they're always kind of the same. Like, if you enjoy Taken, you'll like the movie. This one, there was something a little bit off about it. I couldn't put my finger on it, but overall, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. It's called The Honest Thief, and it's about a guy that was a bank robber for several years, and then he meets a girl, and he wants to turn himself in but get a lighter sentence, so he doesn't stay in jail that long, since he never killed anyone. He just stole a bunch of money, and he was giving all the money back, and he wanted to spend time with his girlfriend. So yeah, it was. And then the cops that come to find out if he's actually telling the truth, that he's this thief that robs so many banks and blah 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 blah. They decide, we want the cash for ourselves. So they take his cash, they kill the lead detective, and he goes, and then they try to kill his girlfriend, and they try to kill him. Nobody can kill Liam Neeson. And it's a good movie. It goes through all these steps, and it has I'm so bad with names. I don't remember his name, but he was Michael from Burn Notice from USA. And I really like that show. So that was fun to watch him, to see him in something new. Haven't seen him in a while. And I love that show. And if you don't know what Burn Notice is, I don't know. I think it might be available on Netflix. If not, probably Hulu or something like that. It's a show about, what was it? Burn Notice. He was like a secret agent, and then they put a burn notice on him, which means, are they supposed to kill him? I can't remember, but he ends up in Miami, and he ends up taking like side jobs to track down bad people. It's been a long time since I've seen that show. I'm horrible with describing shows, but it was a really good show because they did different, it's more of a, what do they call it? The one-on-ones versus like a serial. You don't have to watch the entire season to enjoy one episode. And that's what I really like about TV shows. That's my favorite type of TV show. I don't know. That's one of my, I'm so bad. It's one of my favorite types of TV shows are the ones that you can just go straight in. It's kind of There's generally a small storyline that goes over an entire season, but when you just come in and you end up like missing a few episodes, you can catch on to what's going on in the series if you just come in on a random episode. So that's kind of like Law and Order. Yeah, so it's kind of like that's kind of like Law and Order. I'm trying to think of other ones. As my brother called like Smallville the freak of the week. You know, every week there was a different freak that they had to get under control or stop or whatever. That's kind of the same deal with Burn Notice. There was always a new job each week, and they took care of that job. And there was an overall storyline, the Burn Notice. Like I said, I can't remember what the actual like Burn Notice was. I think it's more or less like you're a secret agent or a spy or something, and then you get a burn notice. That means you're no longer working for that agency, which means anybody can come after you and kill you. Yeah. Alrighty. So what are we going into next? Let me do my brows. And I know they're kind of bushy right now. I'm using the Real Her Definer Brow Pencil. I do like this one a lot. It has the spoolie. And then it has a really defined pencil edge, which I really enjoy. I actually find this one to be more precise than the Brow Wiz from Anastasia. And I just kind of switch between this one and that one a lot. Just kind of outlining my brows, and then I'm going to fill them in. So how has everyone's week been? It's rainy here today, so I didn't get my walk in this morning. I'm trying to be better about walking in the morning. Yeah, I think that one turned out nice. I try to walk every morning. First thing, it's a little weirder. Well, it's like I get my schedule when my mom's at work. My schedule's like really defined. But when my mom's not at work, it's like I have to wait for her for when she wants to walk and what she wants to do. Because this is her house. So normally I take her to work during the weekdays, and then I go straight on my walk directly afterwards. And then, alrighty. So next, I think we're going on to the eyeshadow. And then I start working after I come back from my walk, and then I take a break like 2.5 hours later to have breakfast. And that ends up being to have breakfast, to have lunch. That ends up being more around, oh goodness gracious, I'm messy today. It's all right. I got curly cues coming down. Stop. I guess I could use the silicone brush for this, huh? Let's try that to get more of that edge. I've never used these before. Have I mentioned them in this video yet? I don't think I have. I just purchased these, and this will be my first time using it. I don't think it's great for the eye primer, though. Just the feel of it and the look of it. Normally, I like to blend it a little bit, and it's just kind of like not my favorite. So I'm just gonna blend it a little bit into the rest of my eye. So I guess my fingers are still gonna get a little dirty, but let's see if they work better with glitters later. Let's try it right from the start. On this side, because that could make a difference. So I have been looking at silicone brushes for my eyeshadow, particularly for glitters and stuff, for a while, and I finally decided to purchase these. I'll put a link down in the description below during the afterplay, during the playback. Yeah, it's not bad, but I do want to just pat it down because it's more of a liquid versus the powders that I'm going to use in a little bit. Excuse me, might just be a little bit different uses for it. I decided to get these, and I'm probably not going to use these two big ones much, but it also came with these guys. And these are the ones that I'm going to be using more so because they're all for the eye area, and that's what I wanted to use them for. That's why I'm also using the Cremated Palette today. I really do like this palette. I think it's really beautiful, and it just has really nice collection of colors. It's all black and white. It has a really nice, I like the palette shades. I think they're beautiful, and I really enjoy using this palette. I've used it a few times, and one thing I like doing, and I might go ahead and do that, is doing like a pop of color right here, and then the rest is the rest is the cremated palette. So I am gonna go and I always like using a color swatch to clean off my brush real quick. And I think I'm gonna go in with a light neutral. I'm gonna go in with Life Insurance right here for the crease. And I'm just gonna do a pretty basic eye. Very nice. Now, what a lot of people don't quite understand with the Cremated palette and the Orgy palette, and I talk a lot about this in the Orgy palette video on my channel. I'll put a link to that in the playback when this is playing back later today, maybe tomorrow. Last week it took almost a day and a half for it to finally upload on YouTube for the playback. I'll put it in there. I'll put a link in there for the... Sorry, I'm concentrating. I like just doing the outer corners. A little stronger, and I'm still using Life Insurance all right here. I think it turns out really nicely. But I talk a lot about it in the Orgy palette video, that the reason why there's so many different shades and they all kind of look the same on the eye is they have different undertones, kind of like how our foundation has different undertones. You know, you could put on one and it makes you look... I know I tried, I think it was a plain neutral. Oh, I know what it was. It was the concealer. I bought, I think it was C2, and it was for a neutral undertone concealer from Jeffree Star. And I put that on and it made me look really gray. But like the C11, it gives the C11, while it's also darker. I use C4 now when I need a lighter concealer. I use C4, and then I also use the Rare Beauty. But I always make sure it's a pink undertone because it doesn't gray me out. It looks really weird when I'm really grayed out. Although using the Cremated palette, maybe grayed out would have been a good choice. But there's a bunch of different undertones here, and they all give just the tiniest bit of a different feel and a different coloring and stuff. I'm just noticing this is not that blend out, which is why. Okay, there we go. That looks a little bit better. It was too rounded. There we go. Alrighty, and like I said, I have a pink undertone, more of a cool undertone. So Life Insurance is kind of a neutral gray. I'm gonna go over to Wednesday. It has a little bit of a more of a blue tone to it, which is better for me. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go right underneath where I put Life Insurance. Almost looks like I'm going right on top of it, but I'm not. I'm just gonna fill it in there. Maybe I should go with a different style. I'm not sure. I always like the dark outer corner and the light inner corner. But maybe I should, I don't know. I know that's more accepted. Does anybody else just like get in front of their makeup and then go, what am I doing today? Because that's how I feel like all the time. There, I'm going in with the Wednesday. There you go. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I think I'm gonna go in with a darker on the inside, but first I need to cut my crease. And I'm gonna go with my tried and true brush that I've been using consistently, which almost could really be a silicone brush. It's not. It's a very tight bristled eyeshadow brush that I got in one of my eyeshadows from the drugstore. I think it was like a Maybelline or something. I can't remember. But I really like this brush because it gives me such a sharp cut crease. And I wasn't a huge fan of how the silicone worked with liquids, using it for the eye primer. In case I didn't say that's what I was using it for. Earlier, I was using the Anastasia eye primer. So I'm just going to go in and cut my crease on the other side too. I tend to use similar brushes or the same brushes for multiple colors, so it's easier for me to do like both eyes at the same time versus doing one eye first and then the other eye second. And since we're live here today, I figured it would be easier to do that. It's kind of easier when you're filming and you're not live because you can clean everything and do everything and then do the second eye. But we're not doing that today. Alrighty. Alrighty, so I am gonna go, what am I gonna go in with? I know. I should probably use one of these because I'm going to start with the glitters. And I'm going to go in, let's see, let's go in with Pallbearer towards, oh, that's messing up my thing. And it's still not getting that much. I don't know how I like that. Nope, it's getting more of the. Maybe I'll still have to use my fingers. What I'll do is I'm going to use the silicone, but it's getting it on the edge. This is annoying. So I'm going in with Pallbearer here, and I've already like pushed up a whole bunch of product, and it's falling out all over the place. And it's still mostly messing with the concealer versus okay. Let's see. We're just gonna continue on. We're gonna, like I said, do one eye fully with this, and then we're gonna go and use my finger on the other eye and see what turns out better. Then I'm gonna go into this slightly darker shade right here. It's Mortuary Beautician. Okay. So what we're doing is we're actually going darker into the corner. This is interesting. I just feel like I'm getting product all over the place. Like, what the heck? The whole point of these guys were these were supposed to be so they were more precise. But I'm not exactly thrilled with them right now. This is my first time using them, so you're getting a live first impressions. Oh. And now I just went in with Angel of Death into that corner. Okay. I mean, it's really pretty. It's very messy right now. I know it's very, very messy right now. But now I'm just gonna go in on the other side and I'm gonna use my finger. Now I'm going in with Mortuary Beautician. I'm obviously used to working with my fingers, so it doesn't take me quite as long to get those shades in there. and it's messier. I'm using the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes to clean off my fingers, because sometimes just a basic towel doesn't do it. I do have a little hand towel, but with darker colors or brighter colors, I sometimes need just a little bit of a stronger option. There we go. And I'm just going to use this brush to just make it slightly more defined. Then I'm going to go in with Wednesday on this outer corner. Just blend it into the shade. On both sides. Alrighty, so that's not too bad. And I think I'm just going to go in a little bit darker. I'm going in with Gravedigger for that lower lash line. And we are not done yet. I know I don't talk that much. Oh, hi. Hi, Julia. What's up? I think she already left. Darn it. If you're still there, hi, Julia. How are you? Got me at a really concentrated time. And I apologize for missing you. Alrighty, and I'm going to go in with one more shade on the lower lash line. Which one should I go with? Let's go with Casket Ready. It's a much lighter shade, and I'll show you it in just a second. Just kind of blends it out a little bit. I think it makes it nice. I'm not talking too much today, and I apologize for that. Then I'm going to go in with, let me show you guys. I'm so bad. So there's Casket Ready. That's what I just put on the lower lash line, just underneath where I put Gravedigger, which is this one right up here. And now I'm going to go in with Deathblow in the inner corner. I'm I'm gonna brighten it up just a little bit. And then I'm going out of the Cremated palette, and I'm going to go to my highlighter for today. I'm going to go, it is the Jeffree Star Platinum Ice Skin Frost Pro palette. And I'm going to go in with Ice Cold right here. It was my favorite highlighter. It was the first one that I saw from Jeffree Star, and I decided that is going to be, I really wanted this one in like the extreme, in like the single palette, but they didn't have it at the store, and I was at a Morphe store last year. Well, no, earlier this year. Back in early March. It was like March 10th or so. And yeah, so right before everything happened with this whole pandemic and everything. Yeah. This isn't, these silicone brushes aren't my favorite. They're not working for me right now. Need to blend this out a little bit. Yeah, that was my first time. That was my first time going to a Morphe store, was literally days before the shutdown here in Florida. The shutdown was like basically April 18th, and I was at the store like on the 8th or the 10th because I was on vacation. And I decided to just kind of have an enjoy me vacation at the time. I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed in the area and went to different places around here. And that was one of the places because it's like an hour and a half away from me, mainly because of traffic. Gotta love Florida. All right, and we're going to finish off using the highlighter in all those good places. I went, yeah, so that week we also went to like the zoo and stuff. I think it was that week. Or it might have been earlier that year. Went out to lunch several days. I went with my, and that was also the week that like I got my eyebrows done for the first time in many years. I used to get them done and then I just decided not to for a while. You can see posts from that week on my Instagram because I took several pictures that week. Alrighty, so that's almost everything. Did I not? I didn't do this cheap. I'm too. I am. I just talk. Not doing too much talking today. I apologize. I'm sorry. Let's see if using a silicone brush for my lips is a good idea or not. So I need to go with the liner first. I'm just like jumping ahead, kind of like nervous. So I am using the Jeffree Star Weirdo Velour Lip Liner. This is the new formula. I got this when he did the new updated collection. He just updated his lip ammo. I'm gonna go down a little bit so we're still on screen together. He just redid the lip ammos, and he calls them the Velvet Traps lipsticks. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is why you don't talk while while you're doing liners. Oh my goodness. Not me. I'm going to stay quiet for a few moments. So if you're here, don't leave. Alrighty. So yeah, so he's doing he just redid the lip ammos and he's calling them the Velvet Traps. I am not getting them just yet. I really kind of wanted to spend $300 on all of the lipsticks, but sadly, I just can't afford it. So I am doing the lip that Jeffree did for this collection. Alrighty. So there's that, and then I'm gonna go in. So did I say what I'm using Drug Lord from Jeffree Star's Velour Liquid Lips. And then I'm going to go in with Heaven's Gate. Actually, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, there we go. So here we go. We have the entire cremated look, and we tried. What do you guys think of these? Did it turn out well? I mean, doing the lip, it was semi-okay, but the eyes, I'm not sure if I liked it or not. We'll just have to go ahead and see in the future as I use them a few more times, see if I do, in fact, enjoy using them or not. I'm like looking at myself. I like the way this turned out, kind of having that all dark crease lid, an entire dark lid. I think it looks really kind of cool. And I don't know. How do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'd love to hear what you guys think down in the comments below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I do another live. I'm hoping to do one next week. And I'm debating on if I'm going to have a regular upload later this week or maybe early next week. I'm not 100% sure, but we will find out soon. Bye, you guys. Have a beautiful, healthy day.